Hey, what's going on, bulls? A lot of good reasons to be bullish about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general. Coinbase enters the Japanese market. That is a big milestone. Cardano is working on another big deal in Africa. Wow. And Citigroup announces digital assets group to provide crypto services to wealthy clients. Stick around. We're going to dive into all that. Before we get moving, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Really supports the channel and we really appreciate it. Let's take a look at we're on coinmarketcap.com. Let's look at the metrics for today. So the overall crypto market cap is at 1.3 trillion. I want to remind you that during the last bull run in 2017-18, we didn't even get to 1 trillion. And we got all the way up to 2.6 trillion so far during this run, and I think that things are going to be ramping back up before you know it. Of course, number one on the list, market cap wise, is going to be Bitcoin. It's down 8% in the last 24 hours, $32,000. Ethereum 215 market cap down 8.26. Tether, Binance Coin, Cardano, Dogecoin, XRP, Ripple, USD Coin, Polkadot, and number 10 being Binance USD. So we have, what was that, 3 stable coins in the top 10. You almost kind of, I'm glad to see them getting more adoption and more use, but you almost kind of can't count them because they are stable coins. Nonetheless, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Binance Coin, Cardano, Dogecoin, Ripple, Polkadot, all in the top 10. Very good stuff going on. So let's dive into the first bit of news. Coinbase, this is big. Coinbase enters the Japanese market after completing registration with the financial watchdog. It's really challenging to get into the Japanese financial market because they put up a lot of hoops and they are very protective of their people, right? And what they've done is they've allowed Coinbase to have 5 cryptocurrencies to trade in Japan so far. More currencies are expected to be added once Coinbase's registration has been finalized. And those 5 are going to be Bitcoin, Ethereum, Stellar, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash. Why those 5 in particular? Of course, Bitcoin, of course, Ether. The other ones? Good question. They're solid, but I would have maybe expected maybe Cardano, maybe a stable coin, something like that. Anyways, but more will be added. I'm sure more and more are coming. Of course, Japanese strict crypto regulatory regime is not without its payoff. One of the largest regions for trading in the world. That's why this is such a big deal. Talk about reasons to feel bullish. Coinbase has been touting an entry into Japan for years. Yeah, they actually first started talking about going into Japan in 2017. I remember that during that last run. And now they're finally getting there because Japan is just really strict and safe, I guess that's the word, about who they let in and why they let in and everything, especially with something new like crypto. But this is a big, big advancement. That's one of the biggest things I want to say is that you just watch crypto getting into more and more and more aspects of life being adopted by more and more and more. Like here's another country allowing Coinbase and crypto to really come into its country. Here is a country allowing crypto to come in to be a major part of its organization. So Cardano's working on another deal with another African country, but we don't know who that country is yet. Now they have it in Tanzania, but we don't know what country they're working with now, and I expect Cardano to take on more and more African countries. I really like their founder, Charles, what's his last name? Hoskinson. I like him. I think he's got a good ethos, a good perspective, and really wants to do good. I like Cardano as a project. I really, really do. But here's some other interesting tidbits to this. The Tanzanian deal, one of the goals is to build scalable infrastructure in conjunction with World Mobile and provide mobile internet access to Tanzania while also offering digital identity to form the basis for socio-economic development. So it relates to payments and open finance. That was what O'Connor said, O'Connor being John O'Connor from Cardano, talking about bringing on board an additional 1 million users to the Cardano ecosystem. That was him that mentioned up here too about he did let it slip that what they're working on relates to payments and open finance. He talked to a president Won't tell us what country. Uh-oh. Take me back. But they really tried to get out of who he was talking to, but he wouldn't let it go out. But he did say it relates to microloans and collateralized loans. That makes sense. Microloans are a really big deal in Africa. And he's also saying with smart contracts finally coming out, he's very, very interested in making sure we're building the right tooling for applications around remittances and applications around open finance. Remittances are a big deal with sending money around the world. Obviously, they're very expensive in our current system, but that's one of the big things crypto could do. It actually allow you to send money around the world for super, super cheap, which is a big, big, big deal. I mean, living in America, maybe we don't use that so much. But that doesn't mean we are most of the world. And there are plenty of people in America sending money back to their family in, South America, in Africa, in Asia, wherever. And they pay high remittance fees. So they want to send someone $100. All of a sudden, that person's only going to get like $80 because of remittance fees and everything. So O'Connor says, it's in its early stages. He says the tipping point, and I agree with this, the tipping point will come when people don't even know they're using it, referring to blockchain technology. That's true. A quote here, he says, a year down the line, you not even realize it, but Cardano could be the back and end financial rails for these huge businesses, and customers won't even know. That is a big, big deal. Big, big deal. And like we talked about yesterday, there had been a $2.2 billion venture capital fund created for just crypto from a company, Andreessen Horowitz, I think is what it is. And that's their third crypto fund that they've done. I just want to keep pointing out that crypto is just expanding and expanding and expanding and expanding and getting accepted more and accepted more and accepted more. But we are still so damn early. I'm a hodler. No doubt about it. The biggest thing I hold is Bitcoin for sure. But Ethereum, I have some Ethereum, I have some Cardano, and some other stuff, but that's where most of my stuff lies. And I love seeing this news coming out. So this is, of course, another significant step in expanding Cardano as a global blockchain network. I do think Cardano will be very useful and be in use with a lot of businesses and countries. I think there's just so much room for crypto, period. Bitcoin, I think, will always be number one in terms of value of its actual coin. I don't think anything's ever going to oversee that. But there's just a lot of room because the technology is literally world changing. So here's the last thing we're going to talk about is Citigroup, as in Citi, announced Digital Assets Group to provide crypto services to wealthy clients. Now what's really interesting is when we get into why they're doing this. So they formed a new business unit that will provide crypto services for all of its wealth management clients. So in May, so just a month and a half ago, Citigroup executive Ite Tuchman said that Citi has received considerable demand for crypto services from its clients. That's the big thing I wanted to say right there, because people are just saying they want crypto, they want crypto, they want crypto. And so this time around in this bull run, big organizations, banks, hedge funds, countries are paying attention to crypto. In the last bull run, none of that was happening. So this expansion into more and more of our lives, more and more of the world, more and more adoption, more and more acknowledgement, more and more use, that's the expansion that crypto, it will not be stopped. Just makes too much sense. This is a quote from Ite. Given the exciting new developments we are seeing around cryptocurrencies, tokenization, and other advances powered by blockchain technology, we are pleased to announce the formation of the Digital Assets Group. I actually think that this guy, this executive, actually gets crypto more than most executives. I'm not saying he gets it super duper well, but I'm saying that more than most. And I'll show you more evidence of that. They were talking about this, but this includes in their digital assets, they're going to include stable coins, non-fund NFTs, cryptocurrencies, and central bank digital currencies. Of course, central bank digital currencies. Before you know it, every single bank is going to have a CBDC. Back in April 2021, Citigroup partnered with IDB Bank to test cross-border payments between the U.S. and Latin America, which is where a lot of remittances happen in the U.S. And anyways, the banking giant leveraged EOS IO based LAC chain blockchain to perform this experiment. And from what I can tell, it seemed to have went well. Anyways, another quote: "I believe that crypto is here to stay." Big statement. "And that we are just at the very beginning of the market. Wow. This isn't a space race. There is room for more than just one flag." And that was, again, Citi executive Itay Tuchman. That almost gave me goosebumps. I'm like, hey, yesterday we were showing JP Morgan, and they just really were trying to plug it into their old systems, and I made a comment about that. I'm not saying these guys aren't, or Itay or whoever, but the statement, "I believe that crypto is here to stay and that we are just at the very beginning of the market." This tells me he's not brand new. He's actually been paying attention to crypto for a second. This isn't a space race. There is room for more than just one flag. I agree with that, because there's just a lot of different use, and I don't think any one crypto can handle it all. Another thing to note, Goldman Sachs, other bank giants. Goldman Sachs is another player making a big bang entry into the crypto sector. Recently, the bank announced its plans to offer Bitcoin and Ethereum derivative products to its clients. And earlier this day, the banking giant also tested a repo trade with JP Morgan's private blockchain network. So banks are really getting into blockchain and crypto. I can't explain how bullish I am right now. I mean, look at this Bitcoin price. In several years, when this is $500,000, and in several years after that, when it's $1 million plus, like, we're going to be like, hey, remember when it was 30,000? It dipped down from 60,000 and it was at like 30,000, and we were like, should we buy it? You would just be like, I can't believe I didn't buy more, because I'm so bullish. I buy Bitcoin basically every day. I do daily cost average. So it means I buy a little Bitcoin about every day, basically. And down here, though, I've been pushing up my numbers because I just think this is a really good value. Could it go down lower before the next halving? Yeah, of course. But I don't care. I'm so long on Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is number one on my list, no doubt about it. Ethereum, solid. Cardano, solid. Hell, Binance is solid. But Bitcoin's the one to me. So, by the way, I hope that was useful for you, bulls. Check out the links in the description. You can get interest on your crypto, because if you're hodling crypto, you might as well earn interest on it instead of having it just sit there in your wallet. You might as well put it in a wallet that you earn interest, and you'll get $25 free Bitcoin from Voyager. So check that out. Hit that subscribe button, and hit that like button, because we're here to bring you the news of everything bullish and crypto there is. So thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.